Hello there everybody and welcome to my tutorial for archery training in Dwarf Fortress. In this one I'm going to go over the necessary steps to make your dwarves train archery step by step, followed by a couple of tips and tricks to make your archers a little bit more effective. So first off, we will require the fundamentals, a room for them to train at. We will also require a couple of archery targets. For every archer in your squad, at least one. So we're going to create 3 of them to get started. So the rest of the room will be used later, but for now we'll leave it like that. Apart from that, let's get upstairs and check out the other necessities. You will need ammo. Ammo can be made at forges in form of iron bolts. You will need crossbows made at the bowyer's workshop, and you will need quivers made at the leatherworks. You find them there. Also, your archers will require leather armor, so you find that at the leatherworks too. So these are practically all the necessary things that you require to make archers work for you. So once we have set that up here, we will now set up the rest of the barracks for our purposes. So I bring up one new stockpile dedicated for ammo, because it's really useful to have ammo right around the corner. So we're just going to allow all types of ammo, and we're going to tell this to pick the ammo up from our general stockpile. So in the past versions, it was buggy when there were bins allowed in the ammo stockpile, so I don't know if that has been resolved by now. Let me know if you know, but until further notice, I will not use any bins. It's been because that the previous versions have had a problem with dwarves not recognizing the items and containers correctly, but I've heard some wonderful things have happened in the last time, but until then, let's leave it like that. Additionally, you can, of course, put up another stockpile zone, including all the things like quivers or armor made out of leather here, which will make it easier for your dwarves to get equipped. So, with that out of the way, let's get started and make ourselves the actual archery squad. So, we do create a new squad here. Some goblins have died, in case you were wondering. And you select the archer uniform. And now we got that. Select a couple of dwarves that you want to have there. We're going to select 3 people now. And then we unpause that. So these folks, when we go into the equipment schedule, will now try to grab themselves the items they require. Sometimes you need to correct that because individual choice ranged, well, again, in the past this has led to problems if ever they don't want to grab a crossbow, even though it is configured like that. You can delete that by clicking this and add in a new specific weapon or crossbows in general. So once these guys have picked up their items, most importantly, they will also pick up a quiver there. The third dude doesn't even have a crossbow right now, so let's make it 2. For the sake of explanations, it'll work. So as soon as these folks have grabbed their gear, it might take a moment, we can send them to training. To do so, we go into the schedule area and we set them up for constant training. Very important. So the next step, oops, mouse did weird things. Next step is going into the zones menu and designate archery ranges. So the archery ranges need to include the target and at least 1 free tile, and this would be the smallest possible archery range. We go on like that, and now it's really important that you designate 1 archery range per target, not overlap these. So there we go. Here's the firing direction. In our scenario, it's all fine. You can adjust that if necessary. And now all these have to be assigned to the archery squad. There we go. And that's it. That's all it requires. As you see there, he's going on over there. He's going archery practice. And we're done so. So these little things here that I built up next there are surely helpful for your folks to get their thing going, because as you saw there, he's now reloading somewhere else. Couple of things here at the end. Ammo is a pest. You can't really tell your dwarves what kind of ammo they shall use. You can micromanage them a bit by putting training ammo right next to the archery range and the hope that they'll use that, or you go the easy way and you just use one type of ammo for your entire fortress, paying the price that they will use up iron bolts or whatever for the training purpose. Another thing, if you want to use these folks in combat, it is really important to note one thing. Dwarfs have a very weird behavior when it comes down to combat. They are going to charge at the enemy while shooting or something like that. The gist of it is your Marksdwarfs will try to get close to the enemy and use their crossbow like a hammer. That's bad. So you can stop them from doing so by building archery towers. For example, we could go upstairs here, build a little construction where I'm hovering my mouse at, and then you select these dudes, then you either station them inside the fortifications, or you put up a patrol order inside the fortifications. So, in case it's unclear, I'm talking about these fortifications, the walls that you can shoot through. These can, when you put your archers inside fortifications like these, they cannot charge at the enemy. And really, it's important that you also should know your dwarves can and will climb walls to reach their enemy, so put a lid on that. If you don't have a roof on that, there might be a chance, or in previous versions there was, that your Marksdwarf really will climb the wall and rush at your enemy. But that being said, if you put up archery towers, you're safe from these problems. So, well, that's pretty much all I had to say. This works out for any number of archers. As you see there, right now he's always running to reload from upstairs there. Optimizations can be done and will be done, but that's pretty much it. Has been way more complicated in previous versions before Steam. It's now a lot easier, and I hope you found this helpful. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. If there's anything you want to know or add, I'd be really happy to hear from you folks. And of course, consider leaving a thumbs up to make this video more visible. I'd also appreciate subscriptions because, you know, I'm doing daily stuff like that, and if you like this one, there's a good chance that you like the rest of the things I do as well. Of course, if you want to check out more Dwarf Fortress tutorials, playlist link is down below. And thanks for watching this video. It's been a wonderful time, and I hope you will have a lot of archers now. See you soon, and goodbye.